This video is for business owners who not only want successful business, but also great and rewarding love life. And one thing to remember to have a great, amazing love life, whether you have your business or don't, not yet, is to remember, love burns and it needs fuel. What does it mean? Well, love burns. That means it has fire, it's warming, and it's a certain sensation that brings warmth in your heart, and you can feel it. There's a heat radiating from love, and you can feel it. If you don't feel it, there is no measurable love, in a sense. So if you don't feel it, it's not there. And there's many reasons why it's not there, and one of them, it stopped burning, maybe because there is no fuel. So yes, love requires fuel, and that means certain attention. And for different people, different couples, this attention will look differently. I urge you to study 5 love languages. And once you understand the difference between different people, how they receive and perceive love, you will realize that there are shortcuts to have a great love relationships. If you know your partner's love needs, their love languages, you save your time in investing exactly those things that your partner loves, while putting aside secondary, not as important things they don't really appreciate as much. So once you know your partner's love languages, which, if I remember correctly, are words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, so words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, and gifts. So these are the 5 love languages as I remember them today. And once you realize which one of them your partner appreciates, are most happy, most excited about more, you can focus more on those, and then you have more chances of having a great love relationship. What else? What else love burns? It's emotions. So one is attention, another one is emotions. So you can choose where you put your attention, and then you choose how do you attention. But when you go back to emotions, so there are 2 general types how you can burn emotion. One is positive, so you have passion, you have fun, you have joy, you have all kinds of positive emotions that are really heart-opening and warming and really, really pleasant to be. Those will be any kind of parties and all these, or even just having a nice, quiet sit down. They really, really enjoy just in silence with your partner. That would be quality time. Maybe watching TV, a movie or something, or going out for yoga studio, yoga retreat, anything. It could be different things for different people. However, the emotion part is the thing where most couples fall in, is fights and arguments. So why do we have fights and arguments? Because there's not enough connection, and either of the partners feels that there needs to be this connection. And one of the partners usually will feel disconnected slightly from the romantic relationship, from a love life, and then they might start initiating argument. It doesn't matter who actually starts initiating, the point is there is argument, and that signals there's not enough connection. There's something to be connected about. Maybe there's a surface level problem, like where do we go on vacation, how many days we spend there, do we hire a car, do we not? Could be any amount of things that could be bothering your partner or yourself for that matter. That's a surface level. The actual deep thing is there needs to be communication between, there needs to be connection. And if you don't get positive connection, our mind is very ingenuitive and very, very smart, and instead of having a positive connection, it establishes negative connection. Emotions flow, there's connection, we talk, we argue, there's some kind of feedback, there's flow of emotions, and we get what we wanted, connection. So whether it's a anger, hate, frustration, but it's emotional bonding. And that's what we want in relationships, because we really care about other people, so we make this connection. And it's up to us to decide what kind of connection we really desire, if any. And my point of this video is that in order to have the best connection, the best love relationships, we must maintain the best state, the best energy levels we can potentially have. So imagine you had an amazing day, you're really excited, you're flying. Of course, you're gonna be in good mood, nothing's gonna bother you. If something's happening, it doesn't matter, we deal with it tomorrow, everything's perfect in this world. And your partner today maybe had a not so good day. So what happens? Unless you have some deeper traumas and past issues, the odds are that you will uplift your partner a bit. You might be going lower your energy slightly in exchange, and you basically have a pretty good evening. Not a great evening because your partner was a bit disappointed, low energy, you were high, so you may have a pretty good evening regardless of your partner being slightly lower state. Opposite happens. Now you're low state, your partner is high. Now your partner brings you up and you have a pretty good evening. You don't really enjoy it that much as usual. For you it's probably average evening. Your partner's pretty good evening. So in average you have quite good evening. Imagine if you're both at a good state. You have an amazing, awesome evening for both of you. And now imagine none of you take care of your stresses throughout the day. You got triggered, you got upset, frustrated, angry, pissed off. All these things happen to either of you, and some of them just to one of you, and suddenly you are in one place, either by phone call, Zoom call, in a physical place. But the thing is, you're both carrying emotional baggage from the day, from before of the day. And what happens? You're having a shitty evening most likely, until either of you or both of you decide there's something we need to release, there's something we need to get rid of. Maybe, just maybe, we need to take some action to manage our stress, emotions, and get into the better state. And then you have a chance of getting a better evening. But until that happens, you're kind of angry and expecting the other one putting you in a better state, because that's what usually happens. You come back home drained, and then the partner kind of helps you out, lightens your mood, and everything kind of goes up. But this day your partner is not there. Your partner actually needs you. And what happens? You're both blaming each other and stepping on each other's toes and basically waiting for each other to pick you up. You both need each other, and none of you have capacity, none of you have energy and state to actually do anything about it. And that's a recipe for bad relationship. But the premise of this video is to have great and most inspiring love relationship you can have. And how do you do that? You do that very simply, not easy, but simply. You just manage your stress. My language is a bit going stressful. So the idea is you manage your stress. It's very simple. You take care of your physical body, you sleep, you rest enough, you exercise, you move enough, and you nourish it enough. So you eat, drink enough water, eat healthy foods, nourish your body exactly what it needs. Don't overdo it, do the exactly amount where it's needed to sustain. Over time you'll find better ways how to do that, how to take care of yourself the best way. There's no need to be perfect. Idea is to strive to be perfect instead of being perfect. So you do the body part. Then you do the mental part. So you go along your day and things happen for you and nothing really tries to lower your mood. It just shit happens once in a while. Odd stuff happens. Accidents happen. All bad stuff happens. But the idea is nothing really phases you because everything is for a greater good. You understand that and you let things go. You try to find good in everything. And by the end of the day, yeah, there were some bad stuff happening throughout the day, but it doesn't really impact you that much because it's not that important. Important you have a good health, and all the challenges actually just makes you better, stronger, happier and more experienced in life. So that's good. So you come back, you have some stories to tell to your partner, some odd happenings, someone called you asshole in the office, that's awesome. And then you laugh at them, it was good, they had a bad day, and then they didn't manage you to offset your happiness. So you come back home, maybe slightly less drained. So let's say you come 7 out of 10, you're home, you're still pretty good mood, and you managed to have a good evening because you managed your mood, you took care of your body, and of course you managed emotions. That means you didn't suppress them, you let them flow, you didn't attach to any anger, frustration, didn't try to hold on to your anger, bring it back home, and then release it, vomit onto your partner. You didn't do that. You did all the things necessary. Sometimes you needed to go for a walk, gym, release it physically. So you found a way how to leave your emotions flowing. You found a way how to leave your mind flowing. And you found a way how to keep your body flowing, moving, and being in flow. So the point is, you manage your stress, you try to maintain your good mood, flow state. You came back home, and what are odds that your day and evening with your partner went great? Pretty good, right? So that's the point. You manage your stress. As unsexy as it sounds, the stress management really is key to having good, great, and awesome relationships. And as you manage your stress, you have more resources to give to your relationships. So that's we come back to the premise: love burns and it needs fuel. And where do you get fuel? Fuel you get from energy you have that you saved up, that you generate throughout the day, and attention you put specifically into a relationship to make it loving. So love relationship doesn't happen by accident. You actually need to put a bit of effort, like cooking. If you want a great meal, you have to put in effort. Either you cook it yourself or you ask someone to do it for you. And how do you ask? Either you ask by asking lovingly, you ask someone who would love to give it to you, or you ask by giving your money to a nice, awesome restaurant. You ask them with your money, with the time and attention you spend investing in your work or business. Point is, love is not accident, it's a work. And I encourage you to make that work awesome and enjoyable. Hope you gained some value from this video. Have a magical day in front of you and see you on the next one.